hope yesterday all our participants have gained stacks of knowledge on the topic Superintendence of Scientific Know-how, that is Technology Management at Workplace by Professor Samuel Johnson, Professor of Witt University and Assistant Director, Academic Staff College, and also on the topic Emergence of the Essential, that is Balanced Decision Making at Workplace by Professor Linio Basis Capelso, CEO and President of Beyond Books Publication, Master Teacher and Department of Education, Pampanga, Philippines. Poor communication can create a toxic work atmosphere. Staff members who will not communicate or unaware of the proper communication channels can create breakdowns that inhibit team development. Being an employee, we need to be aware of the double-edged sound of team communication and be able to identify when poor communication is hampering the group's or individual success. Good communication can create foster teamwork. So today our resource person, Dr. G. Reddy Shekhar Reddy sir, will guide us on how in what way the team building can help our workforce get on the same page, work together, and how we can motivate ourselves and our team to complete tasks in a timely manner. But before going to that, let me give a brief introduction of Dr. Reddy Shekhar Reddy sir. Dr. Reddy Shekhar Reddy sir, his working was a professor of English in the Department of Science and Humanities, Christ University, Bangalore. He is the Vice President of English Language Teachers Association of India, the U.S. Embassy Fellow Scholar, active member of International Association of Teachers of English as a Foreign Languages. He has 24 years of rich teaching and research and administrative experience. He has been associated with Aicte over a decade and is the founder of Aicte TIRUPATI chapter, apart from serving as an editor of the Journal of English Language and Literature. He is an exemplary soft skills trainer and resource person certified by NITRR, IATEFL, Aicte, Infosys, NASCOM, and AppShare, and has trained thousands of students successfully. He has designed personality enrichment programs for professional students. He edited 5 and authored 8 books on English grammar and communication skills. Further, he prepared laboratory manuals for ELCS and AECS laboratories of Engram. He plays a unique and remarkable role in inculcating self-confidence, teamwork, winning attitude, positive thoughts, and smart work nature in students, though through his unmatched training methods. He is a extended member in the BOs of various institutions such as Presidency University Bangalore, RGMZ Kurnool, Sangameshwar College Maharashtra, Narayana Engineering College Kurnool. He presented more than 48 research papers in international and national conferences, and 45 of his research papers were published in Scopus indexed and international journals, which includes a tumultuous journal, IATEFL Journal Voices. He organized and coordinated 4 FDP programs and 1 national and 3 international conferences. He is a resource person, keynote speaker, guest speaker, master soft skills trainer for many international and national conferences, seminars, and workshops. As an able organizer of academic events during the COVID-19 situation, he has organized 10 national and international events such as webinars, symposiums, and quizzes. Apart from the resource person, guest speaker, a dozen of events, and equal number of moderating webinar sessions. Under his able guidance, 4 scholars got MPhil and 2 scholars awarded with doctorate, and also currently he is guiding 3 PhD scholars. He received many awards for his exceptional efforts in the field of education, such as he was Best Soft Skill Trainer, Best Teacher, Best Presenter awards in appreciation of his service rendered in the field of education. With a long list of medical achievements and glory, I would like to invite Dr. G. Reddy Shekhar Reddy sir to put light on the topic forging fraternity and pooling pairs, that is team building and teamwork at workplace. Welcome, sir. I hand over the session to you. Please.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Dr. Vanishri and the team of the FDP from SV Colleges Tirupati. Just give me a moment. Let me share my screen. I hope I'm audible to all of you.
Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you. Is my screen visible?
Yeah, yes, sir.
Okay, thank you, all of you. Yeah, first of all, I'm indebted and thankful to my parents who gave me birth and bring me up like this. Afterwards, I'm grateful and thankful to the teachers who taught me to be a person like this today in front of you. I thank all my colleagues and friends who helped directly and indirectly to be an educated person and an academician. And I thank God Almighty who gave me the power, who gave me the knowledge to be a resource person on this fine morning to this 1 week short term training program sponsored by AICTE and organized by SV Colleges, Tirupati. And I thank the organizing team of Dr. Vanshri and her team who are meticulously planning and striving hard to make it a successful program in 3 phases. I congratulate them for their success in the organization of the first phase and successfully going on with the second.
Thank you, sir.
Yes, today's topic, forcing fraternity and pulling peers. First of all, I appreciate the team for such a wonderful and creative titles they have what is called created for the STTP. Forcing fraternity and pulling peers, team building and teamwork at workplace for harmonious relationship and success. So, yeah, she gave an elaborate introduction regarding me. Thank you for that. And I welcome all the participants who are attending this program today on these interpersonal skills for harmonious relationships at workplace. Today is the topic that is what I'm going to talk, forcing fraternity and pulling peers, team building and teamwork at workplace. Of course, it is not a new topic, and at the same time, it is not unknown topic to all of you because being the teachers, most of we have been familiar with the topic of team building, teamwork, and being the trainers. Many of we are being as trainers to the students. Yeah, we are also teaching them about these teamwork, team building, and all. But today we are going to discuss at our level, being employee or being teaching fraternity, how much team building is important and how much teamwork is important at the workplace for success. Success in the sense personal as well as institutional. First of all, we work at the individual level, which can contribute for the success at the institutional level. No doubt, even though it is very familiar topic, familiar theme, but most of the time, either knowingly or unknowingly, we may not follow the things which we might have known and learned already. So, what I believe is that it is a recapitulation of the things which we might have learned earlier and what is called recollecting the things learned and trying how to put them in practice at the workplace. This is what I believe because As it is a familiar topic, known topic, we are all familiar most of the things. But the fact is that though we know many things, all the time we may not practice them. We may not put them in practice. That is the problem or issue.
Excuse me, sir.
Just like as our students. Yes?
Sir, could you please raise your voice, sir, a little bit, or else put the
Sure, sure,
mic
sure.
closed.
Sure. Sure, sure. Right? So, so most of the things, even though we know the things, most of the time we may not put them in practice. That is the issue. So, what we require is what are the things we know and how to put them in practice. That is what we are just going to discuss today. So, forcing fraternity, pulling fears. It's a picture, I think it shows the ants. Generally, while we talk about unity, we talk about the ants and their discipline and their unity, their strength in unity. Even though the small creatures, they are they are disseminating a lot of knowledge related to team building, teamwork for success. So that is why symbolically I select this particular picture, how collectively in a team the ants are working for their success. So forcing fraternity here, I would like to or explain it as collecting the group, or otherwise collecting the skilled people into a group. We are all working in different organizations with our colleagues. So here, when a department consists of 20, 30, 40, 50 faculty members in the department, we have to gather all the skilled people. For example, while the administrators recruit the employees, they may check in all levels, they test them, and they may select the best people whom they consider as the best people with skills, knowledge, behavior, in all respects. They may select. That is what collecting the skilled group of people, the skilled people into a for a collective purpose. For example, 30 people in a department are working together. What for? For the success, of the department. Each individual has to contribute, at their best, so that can contribute for the departmental success. So, if the department has to be succeeded, if the institution need to be successful, ultimately the basic requirement is that collecting the people, collecting the skilled, knowledgeable, worthful people together into a group. That is what forcing fraternity, collecting or gathering or putting together the skilled people, talented people, determined people, committed people. Is not just like that getting a certificate, but it is required many qualities such as what we have been discussing to make a person, an individual, as a potential employee, a potential academician. So the basic requirement is that it need to be collected, it need to be gathered, it need to be identified the skilled personnel to make into a group. That is what we are talking as a team. Forcing fraternity, the teaching fraternity, we have to force them, we have to collect them, we have to put them together. And next thing is pooling peers, organizing colleagues in a proper structure. We may have different people from different backgrounds, sociological, economical, educational, different backgrounds. Each person might have certain set of skills. Each person may be an expert in particular aspect. So we have to collect them and we have to organize them in a such a way that can be effective in getting output. It is not just enough collecting people, skilled people, but it is required, it is important to put right person at a right place at a right time. That is what? Pooling peers. We have peers, we have colleagues. So if we don't know being a leader, if we don't know where a particular person and his skills or her skills have to be used, then they are going to be misused. They are going to be neglected. Ultimately, we are not able to utilize. We are not able to utilize the skill set of the particular individual possessed. So, wonderfully constructed title it is, Forcing Fraternity, Pooling Peers. So we have to force, we have to collect, we have to gather, we have to identify, we have to put together the skilled people into a team or a group. The first part of the title, pooling peers. So organizing the collected or gathered people in a team. Who will be the team lead? Who will be the initiator? Who will be something like that? So there are people in the team, if they are not properly fixed at the right place at the right time, ultimately it may not lead to success. For example, we can take the cricket team. So the captain takes the responsibility to set each and every player at a right place. Who will be at certain place? Who will be the keeper? Who will be the bowler? Who will be the fielder at which place? If it is properly structured, properly organized, the available people, then only that leads to success. So, a wonderful title, collecting or gathering or putting together the people into a group and structuring them, putting them at a right place, perfect place, depending upon their possessed skills and knowledge. That is what basic requirement. Then, so I think we have come across a lot of statements or sayings by experienced people all over the globe. The wonderful thing is that united we stand, divided we fall. See, a wonderful statement, though it is short, it is very, very impactful related to team building and teamwork. United we stand. If we are united together, we can stand strong. Either it is personally, socially, academically, whatever it is. United we stand, divided we fall. When we divide from each other, ultimately it is a downfall. So a wonderful statement. United we stand, divided we fall. So being the learned people, academicians, we must know the need of being united. When we are united together, for example, today we are here. We are witnessing that a successful second phase of Sttp. How it is happening? Definitely the united work of the team, organizing team of the college. There might be a leader, there might be members, all together united, and they stand strong. If they divided each other among themselves, so ultimately it could not have been materialized. If it is materialized and going on successfully, it is just because of they are united. As they are united, it is the strength that make the STTP a reality, a successful reality. So, united we stand, divided we fall. I think for this concept, we have a short video. Vanishri ma'am, can you try to play that if it is possible? A short, very short video, but very meaningful. You just check it out. If it is ready, I can stop my sharing and so that you can play that. Meanwhile, I continue. So, unity is strength, diversity is weakness. No doubt about that. Unity, as I have been explaining, as we have been discussing, unity is strength. When we are united together, no doubt it is strength. Diversity, when we get diverted each and every one of we, it is almost. But at the same time, unity in diversity leads to success. Being the Indians, we are familiar with unity in diversity. India is a symbol to the globe to show that unity in diversity. Because of the success, because of the unity in diversity, we are successful being India. So, unity in diversity. So, of course, when we get diverse, almost it is weakness, but when we utilize the diversity as a positive in aspect, when we have diversified people, when we try to put together these diversified people, when we try to make these diversified people into united, so that leads to success. That is what we're talking about, unity in diversity that leads to success. And one of the famous statements, I think you might have come across it. United we stand, divided we fall. Let's not split into factions, which must destroy that union upon which our existence is. No doubt. See, as we have been discussing, if we are united, we will stand strong. If we are divided, we will fall. So, what we are supposed to understand, let us not split into factions. We are not supposed to move into factions or frictions or conflicts just because of the small issues. They are not problems actually, smaller issues. Just because of small, trivial misunderstandings, it is not a good idea to get into frictions. If we enter into frictions, which must destroy that union. See, for example, for each and every trivial issue in the department, if we feel jealous, if we feel what is called disconnected with other people in the departments, so that will destroy the unity of the department. The department being together is strong, but when it is not together, it is almost going to destroy its union, and upon which our existence hangs. For example, if the institution is being united, if it is strong, it will be helpful to all the employees in the station. If it is the department, if it is being united, if all the faculty members are mutually cooperating, mutually helping, mutually coordinating, cooperating, then the output is excellent. Students will get benefited out of the services of the department as it is united. If it is, achieving success, the existence, our existence hangs there. For example, the success, professional success or professional development, everything depending upon how effectively the department works. Otherwise, the management may not be satisfied with the performance of the department, maybe due to these frictions or conflicts or misunderstandings, whatever it might be. So when the management is not satisfied with the department, they may take their own decisions. So the existence will be in a question mark. So undoubtedly, it is required that we have to be united. And moreover, being the teachers and being the trainers, if we are not able to be united together as faculty members or academicians, how can we teach about team building? How can we teach about teamwork to the students? That is what one of the important ingredients that has to be inculcated in the students. When we need to inculcate those sorts of characteristics or habits among the students, first we must what is called equip it. This is what we require. So team building, teamwork, united we stand, divided we fall. And one more important thing is that we can't achieve everything alone, but we can achieve anything as a team. So, being alone, of course, we can achieve something, but not everything. One thing or two things or a few things we can achieve, but not everything. But when we are in a team, we can achieve anything. Nothing is impossible in this world when you are working in a team. When you are confident, when you are in a team, so together can achieve anything. So can't achieve everything as an individual, but we can achieve everything, whatever or anything, whatever we want if we are in a team. So here I come across one wonderful statement by Helen Keller. I think Helen Keller, an English writer, blind personality, but very powerful in her writings. Most of we are familiar with her, and one of her statements was that alone we can do so little, together we can do so much. That is what I put in my words at the top. We can't achieve everything alone, but we can achieve anything as a team. See, here, Helen Keller's statement also affirms that alone we can do so little. Of course, we are not saying that alone we can't do anything. Individually, we are also achieving many things. Individually, we are achieving. Individually, we are succeeding. But that is so little. What we have been achieving as an individual is a little thing. But together we can do so much. We can achieve so much. If, for example, if we pragmatically look at it, how much we achieved as an individual and how much we achieved as a team. Each individual is important, just like as each and every drop of water is important, even though it is an ocean. If it is a drop of water is missing from the ocean, there is that what is called deficiency. Everything is important. It is not only the team leader, not only someone else, but each and everyone, top to bottom. What I could understand is that top from the founder or CEO of an organization, till the sweeper in an organization, till the security personnel in an organization. Everyone is important. If all these people from top to bottom together are working effective, then only success is there. That is what we can do so much. For example, I think in the previous day, while they were introducing the institution, SV colleges, they might have showed some videos or some snaps or something like that. So regarding placements, regarding sports, this and that, like that. How each and every thing of that possible. For example, they achieved so and so number of students got placed in different companies, placements. How was it possible? Is it the individual effort? Is it only the individual effort of the student or individual effort of the HOD, individual effort of the principal? No. Starting from the founder of the institution till the student, everyone at each and every level, when everyone works appropriately in their level, in their boundary, and contributing to the what is called success of the team of the organization, then only it is possible. That is what even Aaron Keller says. Alone we can do so little. Individually we can do something, but together we can do so much. Because when these students, the faculty members, the management, everyone strived together, those placements or any success, each and every, see, behind each and every success there are lots and lots of people and their selfless contribution was there. That is what team building and teamwork. And actually, what is a team? Here is a wonderful acronym. T stands for together, E stands for everyone, A stands for achieve, and M stands for more. Being together, everyone achieves more. That means when we are being together as a team, it is not a particular individual. Everyone in the team can achieve more. More in the sense than as an individual. As an individual, whatever you might have achieved, you can achieve more than that. Everyone, it is not only a person. See, for example, if a team gets a success, it is not the success of the team leader or the captain alone. It is the success of the total team. That is why we are calling it as teamwork. So, together, see, when we are being together, everyone achieves more. Comparatively, when we are achieving something as an individual, when we are being in a team together, we can achieve more than that. Another wonderful statement, coming together is beginning. So in the beginning, we have to come, see, that is what team building. Coming together, that is what building a team, that is beginning. So if we are coming together, the like-minded people, the people of the same domain, the people of the same discipline, when coming together, that is what forcing fraternity, that is what putting together, bringing together the people of the same interest, of same knowledge, of what is called diversified skills for a common purpose. See, for example, one is good at literature, one is good at language, one is good at soft skills, one is good at, see, something like that. We are putting all these things, all these people together as a team and using their services at different requirements and equipping the students with all sorts of skills. If we want to do that, first we have to gather, we have to collect, we have to, what is called, put together people in the beginning. That is what coming together is beginning. If we are coming together, so that is what's beginning. being together is progress. So it's not just enough to come together, but see, that is why generally while we're talking about a success, it is not just enough to get succeed, but it is more important to keep it up forever. However, just getting success once is not a great deed. So you have to keep the success forever. Keep it up the success forever. That is what more important. So just coming together and making as a team is not enough. The team has to sustain. The members in the team has to sustain together. So that is what being together is progress. Being together, it is a responsibility of the individual in the team, and more importantly, managing the team successfully by the team leader. Leader, very much important. Why we are calling someone as a leader? Who has the best qualities to manage the team successfully. When we lose a particular skilled person from a team, that is a great deficit. When it happens, when a team leader is not effective, team leader is not what is called capable, there is a possibility of losing important or effective or useful people. So being together, see, if we are being together, that is an indication of progress, no doubt. When a set of skilled people are being together without any issues, that shows they are in progress. And performing together is success. Coming, that means forming a team is beginning. And keep it up the team, maintaining the team without any frictions. So that is what progress. And being in a team comfortably and performing our level best together as a team, that is what ensuring success. So coming together, being together, performing together, so that is what teamwork. This is what Henry Ford, in his words, he mentioned. Coming together is a beginning, staying together is progress, and working together is success. So basically, we have to come together, or otherwise, a team leader has to gather the skilled people and put them together into a team and manage the team without any issues. That is staying together, individual responsibility as well as leadership quality, the leader's responsibility to make sure that each individual is at ease to be in the team. That indicates progress. And performing or working together, so working together in a team, forgetting about personal interests or issues or whatever it might be. So working for the success of the team, that is what success. When each and every member in a team works selflessly, so when they try their level best for the common purpose, then success comes. Then team building. See, it is very complicated and sensitive issue to build a team. It is not that much of easy to a team leader. It is not that much easy picking some people and putting them into a group. We have to pick the right person. We have to put that person at the right place. Then only the team sustains. Then only the team will be successful. It is not just randomly collecting some people and putting into just a collection of people and making into a group. It may not be a successful team or a group. It is important that right set of people have to be collected, and each and every person should be kept at the right place where there is a requirement of the skills of a particular person is, I mean, required. So here, how to build a good team, a successful team. So first it requires forming. It is required to form into a group. So when there are certain people available, it needs to be formed them into a group. For example, when we conduct some activities in a training or something like that, so we ask them to form into different groups of 5 6 something like that, and there will be an activity this and that. That is a randomly selecting and making into a group. But here, in a professional environment, what we are talking about is that when we are forming a team, we have to identify the right set of people to be put into that particular team, depending upon the purpose to attain by the team. So, the purpose of the team that decides what sort of qualities are required, and who are the people possess those sort of qualities. They have to be formed into a team. That is what we are talking about as forming. So forming is all about to form certain people into a team. That is very important. And the second thing is, after you form into a team of 5 or 6 or 10 or something like that, when it is an individual, we know everything, what to do, how to do, when to do, and all this. But when we form into a team, each and every one may not be aware of the objective of the team or the purpose of the team and the norms to be followed. So there will be some sort of what is called confusion while they are supposed to try to work together. If they don't know the what is called aim or objective or the purpose of the team that was formed, and the structure or the methodology, how to work to achieve that common purpose, there will be a confusion, and we cannot utilize the potential it is called skills from each and every individual. So what we require in the next step is that norming. Norming is all about preparing certain norms. We call them as rules, regulations, or guidelines, or however, whatever we may call, depending upon the situation or the requirement. So we have to prepare certain norms to be followed as a team. What are the responsibilities of a team leader? What is the responsibilities of members being the team? So when there are different members in the team, each and every person's role and requirements, and what are the common norms, rules, regulations, guidelines to be followed? Because when we are working together as a group, there should be certain guidelines, there should be certain norms. Otherwise, the work may not be unified. The work may not be in a uniform process. So one thinks in a different dimension, other one thinks in a different dimension, but that could not support for the common goal to be achieved. So after forming a team, it is we may call bylaws at the institutional level. There should be certain laws. For example, being a country, we have a constitution. What is the constitution is all about? It is about norms to be followed, being the citizens, administrators, rulers, whatever it might be. Each and every person has certain responsibilities to be followed. Those are what we are calling as norms. So forming is important, and afterwards norming is also important. The next thing is that storming. What is this storming? So brainstorming. I think when we talk about decision makings or something like that, we may talk about brainstorming. Even when we teach the students about essay writing or something like that, first we may ask them to spend some time in brainstorming on the topic on which you are supposed to write something. When you are using your brainstorming, you can think in different dimensions how to understand that particular situation, that particular topic, that particular theme. So here, the formed team, along with certain norms, they have to sit together and brainstorm. So, what is the common purpose for which the team has been built, and how to work for achieving that? What are the challenges which we have been achieving that? And in which way we have to work to overcome those issues, challenges, and how to perform better. So that means brainstorming is all about discussing together as a team about the challenges and possible solutions to overcome those issues. When we have to work for a common purpose, so while working towards that achieving that common purpose, what are the challenges we are expecting? What are the issues we are going to face? And different people in the team can contribute. What are the possible challenges we are going to face? And at the same time, each and every individual is able to contribute something. What are the options we have to what is called resolve those issues, to overcome those issues? That is what storming. We have to use brainstorming to think, to discuss, to identify the possible solution to the issue. And next one is performing. We have formed into a team, we have prepared certain norms, we have brainstormed for identifying the issues and solutions, and ultimately we have to put all those things into action. That is what performing. Performing is most important. That is what ultimately which can show the result. Knowing is just knowing, it is not doing. When you are doing, then only you can find the results. That means performing together as a team. Individually each and everyone is good, but how effective and how cooperative, how confident each and every one of the team members while working together, performing together as a team, right? So this is what most important: forming, norming, storming, and performing. So ultimately, it leads for success at your workplace, right? So team building, it is all about to possess team spirit. So it is not just gathering together, it should have team spirit. So ready to work in a team, ready to accept the results, ready to face the challenges, ready to take help from other people, ready to extend our what is called support to others when it is required. That is what team spirit it is required. Inspiration, that is what a leader should be inspiring. So each and every word he speaks, each and every activity he does, that should motivate or inspire the team members. Achieving goals in such a way, working together and performing together and achieving the goals. Competence, we should be competent. That is why, while we are forming a group, we have to think who is competent to fit into that particular team and support, mutual support, cooperation, motivation. So these are the things which are required while we are building a team to go for a successful workplace. Then, what are the fruits of teamwork? If we work in a team, what are the benefits which we can get? What are the fruits which we can receive being together as a team and working together as a team, right? The first thing, being a team, it can improve productivity. Teamwork improves productivity because as a team, each and every individual may be expert in certain in some sort of function. When we put all these expertise together, the productivity will be improved. It improves the productivity. If the only single person, an individual, has to complete all sorts of works of a particular thing, it may be a tiresome. It may not be that much effective. As I mentioned, when the students are supposed to be taught, trained in soft skills, the person who is good at soft skills can do. If the students are supposed to be equipped with language skills, the person who is good at English language teaching can do. The students are supposed to give some sort of good glimpse of literature, so the person who is good at literature can do. But a single person cannot justify to all these areas. So different people with different skills, when they put together as a team, that improves productivity. See, for example, when the team of these organizers, so one is collect, what is called thinking about and getting the resource persons, identifying the right set of resource persons. Another may be taking the what is called the looking after the technical aspects, and someone else like the financial aspect, like that. So each and everyone is good at a particular activity where they can put their maximum potential. So when we use like that, it increases or improves the productivity. That is why teamwork is important. The next thing is quick solution. See, if a same individual has to work in all the fields, all areas, for example, finance, identifying the resource persons, and technical aspects, what is for this and that, it will be very tough task. If there are team members, each one can take care of one aspect, then it will be very easy. Personally, I've witnessed how difficult to organize a conference, being a single person, taking care of all aspects. And at the same time, when we have a team of members, each one is taking care of one particular aspect, how easy to organize a conference. And even the productivity quality may be improved. And when it is a team, quick solutions. So for example, when it is not possible to identify a solution to a particular issue for an individual, but it is very easy when you use brainstorming in a team. For example, when there is an issue, that is what the concept behind group discussion is, that when there is an issue in an organization, group discussion is a method to identify a quick solution, because in a group discussion, different experts sit together and they may contribute their known possible solutions. After getting all the what is called contributions, selecting the best possible solution. Like that, quick solutions are possible with teamwork. Another fruit is that distribution of work. So as we have discussed, so we can distribute the work among the team members. That too, identifying each and every individual and his or her capability, in which area, in which field a person is good at, assigning the responsibilities of that particular work to that particular person. So the work will become easy. Distribution of work, instead of doing all sorts of works by a single person, so if it is distributed among the person, that is what organizing committee in the sense. Each and every member in the organizing committee may take care of one or two particular responsibilities, then it is easy to work for that individual, as well as it is easy to see that the total work might have been completed in an effective manner, in a successful manner. And another fruit is that diversity of ideas. So when we are working, when we are working in a team, so we can get the diversity of ideas. For example, what I think is different from someone else thinks. When we use brainstorming in a group discussion, we can get diversified ideas from diversified people. As I mentioned, in a team there is diversity. Diversity means sociological diversity, economical diversity, academic diversity, like that. So means sociological, cultural diversity, like that. So when we have these diversified people together in a team, we can get this diversity of ideas. So we can take the best out of them. So that will be helpful for teamwork and better decisions. Instead of an individual taking decision, when a team takes a decision, it will be a better decision. Because individually, I think this is wrong, this is right, but I don't know what I think is right. It also has some sort of drawbacks. When it is a team, each and every team member can contribute. I accept that what you were saying, but I think there are certain difficulties in implementing this particular thing, like that. So there will be a discussion. Each and everyone can contribute. Ultimately, there is a possibility to take the best decision. So teamwork what is called supports, helps for better decisions and motivation. See, for example, when we are alone, only a few people can be committed, determined to work for something like that. But when we are in a team, when the other person is working hard, determined, committed, sharp, and active, automatically when we look at the people around us, we get motivated. Sometimes when we are getting demotivated, so ultimately, after looking at the people who are active, efficient, determined, committed, so after looking at them, why can't we too can work like that? So when someone succeeds, when someone able to do something, what is called, crucial, important to the team, ultimately, yes, when someone is working hard and striving and finding out doing something great, why can't I? Like that, the team is a place where it can create motivation, individual level and at the same time in the team level. And another thing is that learning. Teamwork creates a wonderful learning environment. We can learn a lot of things because, as it is said by Aristotle long back, man is a social animal. We are in the society. We can learn from each other. We could not learn everything from the mother's womb, right? So we have been learning every moment, every day, every time. That means, so when we are working in a team, so we have the possibility, we have the opportunity to learn from other members of the team. It is a wonderful learning environment. Like this, we have a lot of fruits, benefits while we are working in a team, because it improves the productivity, it helps for quick solutions, it helps for distribution of work, it uh, it it gives the diversity of ideas, it helps for better decisions, and it is a source of motivation, and it is a wonderful learning environment. But there are certain things that are identified as uh, some of the issues that dysfunctions of the teamwork. So here we are talking about just 5 dysfunctions of the teamwork. What are these 5 aspects that disrupts or obstructs the teamwork? 5 dysfunctions of teamwork. The first one, it is about absence of trust. See, when there is no trust among the people in a team, ultimately that leads to dysfunction of the team. See, for example, team should be honest, team should be integrated, team should be trusting each other. Trust is the basic requirement as a team. When there is absence of trust, ultimately that will become the basic obstacle for teamwork. So it is required, the trust that is required most to make what is called a team successful. And the second one is that fear of conflict. See, for example, in a team, when you have a fear of conflict, if you take certain decisions, if you speak something, if you say something, if you feel that there is a possibility of conflict from other members or something like that, ultimately that affects the teamwork. That leads to dysfunction of the team. So there should not be any conflict. How can we avoid this conflict? When you have trust with each other, we have to trust each other in a team. When we have complete trust among the people in a team, there is no scope for conflict. Where we trust each other, when there are difference of opinions, we can discuss and we can take the best. There is no conflict. But when there is a fear of conflict, that will become one of the dysfunctions of the teamwork. And another one is that lack of commitment. Sometimes it has become what is called a reality. There is a team, but only a few people are committed. Others are not that much committed. They are just like that, being as members in the team. They think that yes, let me be as a team member. I mean, some people can take care of that. I will be a member and I can get the credibility like that. They are not committed. That is, lack of commitment is also another issue for dysfunctions of the team. If someone is not committed, that lack of commitment may spread. It is just like as a I mean, what is called a contagious disease. When someone is not with with commitment, other people may think, see, when he is not that much committed, why should I? So lack of commitment is an obstacle for teamwork. And avoidance of accountability. So no one takes the responsibility. If the team gets failed, is it the responsibility of the leader? Leader alone cannot do anything. Leader can coordinate. Leader can, what is called, manage. Leader can motivate. Leader can facilitate the members to work at their best. If all the people are cooperating, committed, and contributing, then only success ensured. So, just the leader may not be responsible for the success. So, if there is no accountability, ultimately that leads to dysfunctions of this teamwork. And the next one is inattention of results. Inattention. See, in the team, being the members in the team, if some of the team members are inattentive of results, because they are not the personal or individual results. If it is individual result, we'll be very much careful about it, because these are the results I achieved, isn't it? When it comes to the team, let it be. However, it is the team's results. So individually, people may not be that much of attentive. So when you are not attentive of these results, that also affects your performance. So these are the five dysfunctions of teamwork. So how can we ensure them? What are the reasons for these five what is called dysfunctions? There are certain things. For example, the first and foremost very important thing is that ego and politics. For many of the issues, the basic problem is that ego. Each and every individual is egoistic. So when you are egoistic about someone else's performance or skills or something like that, ultimately you cannot be committed. You cannot take accountability. You may not bother about the results. So these are the points which contributes for these five dysfunctional aspects. So as far as politics, see, I can remember some time back when I was working with some educational institution. There was a lot of political stunts and political what is called politics, simply say. When I directly questioned why in an educational institution all these politics like this, we are not politicians, we are academicians, why this sort of politics? Do you know wonderful answer I received from the boss? So engineering is all about politics. This is what the statement I received. I was just stunned to get that response. Even I could not understand that engineering is politics. Even today, I could not understand what are the politics and what is the link between politics and engineering. So, like that, see, ego and politics are important things that contribute for the dysfunctions of teamwork. Egoistic in the sense, for example, being a boss, always they have their own egoistic nature. See, for example, when a person comes, a subordinate comes with a proposal, when subordinate comes with a good idea, being a boss, they have their egos. So what they brought may not be readily accepted. So they are intended to make certain model, even though the proposal was well and good, flawless. But however, as being in the position of a boss, their ego may not allow them to accept it readily. They may try to make certain modifications. They may suggest this and that. They may, what is called drag on the things. They want to show their mark ultimately. That is what ego. When it happens, ultimately the subordinate gets what is called demotivated. This is what that is lack of trust, conflict. So there is a conflict when a subordinate comes with a wonderful what is called proposal, just because of the boss egoistic nature. If it is delayed, if it is identified mistakes, if it is intended to be changed, ultimately that leads to some sort of conflict, even though the subordinate is not capable of opposing it, but inwardly it will be working on his mind or her mind that there is some sort of conflict between the boss and subordinate. That is one issue. I think while I'm discussing about it, each and every one of you might have come across such kind of situations in our own professional life. And other one is low standards. Maybe institutions or the things are, claiming that international or to what is international standards of things like that. But low standards, I'm talking about the professional standards. It is not that the infrastructure, the building, the AC, the this and that, the sector, they are not all for an organization. It is not the total standard. Standard is not just buildings or not physical infrastructure. Standards are all about the working culture, the working environment, the norms. That is what we have discussed. And norms again, norms on paper are different, and when they come for implementation is different. In the true spirit, we have to implement them. Low standards of professionalism. Some people somehow they might have become. Last time I think in one of the conferences, sorry, one of the invited talks, someone was asking like, "Sir, someone who is not eligible, someone who is not experienced, he gets a promotion and he becomes boss. How can we tolerate?" Of course, that is what. Why it happens like that? Just because of low standards. The management, the administrators, if they don't follow high standards of professionalism, just because of something or the other, they can make someone as a leader, someone as a boss. And as he or she is with low standards of professionalism, that affects the total work and performance of the organization. So at that time, there are conflicts. There is no, say for example, when the boss is, what is called not qualified, not with the high standards, or what is called integration, it is not integrated. It is honest. Ultimately, there is a friction that leads to conflict. The subordinates may not be work committedly. They don't take the accountability. They don't bother about the results. So low standards are also going to contribute for dysfunction. And another thing is that ambiguity, confusion. Everything is a confusion. Nothing is clear. That is what people may call as a technical language. Technically using the terminology that can create some sort of confusion, that can be giving a possibility to interpret however someone wants. So that is what we have discussed, norms, norming, preparing the norms to make it clear, to avoid ambiguity. There should be clarity for the members in the team to work in an effective manner. If there is no clarity, people cannot be, what is called committed. They may not be taking accountability, right? And artificial harmony. So nowadays, I think everything has become artificial. Even a smile is artificial. Even a good morning, that is a wish in the morning, is an artificial. Nothing is hard. So everything is. You see, for example, when we are talking something, so everything seems to be with a gentle smile and this and that. Everything seems to be very cooperative. But actually, when it comes to function, reality, nothing is perfect. That is what artificial, no real harmony. We are talking at the what is called harmonious relationships at workplace. Is there realistic harmony existing? No. That is why I think this is the topic you might have selected. So we have to come out of this artificial harmony. We have to be truthful. Either it is bitter truth or good or bad, whatever it is, it has to be conveyed in a such a way. It should not be in an artificial harmony. Simply saying, we are not supposed to wear masks of harmony. We have to try to achieve the realistic harmony at the workplace that can sustain. Artificial harmony, when we are just projecting that we have harmonious relationships, may not happen. It is not just trying to give an impression that it is harmonious. No, we have to live, we have to work for realistic harmonious relationships at the workplace. Then only that helps for teamwork. And some of the tips for team building and teamwork for success. For example, clear expectations or no expectations. One thing, if we don't have any expectation, just we want to do the work whatever it is required, just like as Lord Krishna said, you do your duty, leave rest to the God Almighty. No expectation. You are doing what you are supposed to do in a particular position without expecting what sort of results. So when you put your maximum, what is called right effort, ultimately the result follows. Otherwise, clear in expectation. So it has to be what is called clarified. That is what norms we talked about. We have to clarify, we have to be clear what are the expectations out of this team, so and so date, so that accordingly they can plan and they can work. That makes people feel at ease to work to achieve. Professional commitment, yes, this is what most required. When we are in a profession, we have to be committed to that profession. Commitment. When this that is what in the previous slide we have discussed, the lack of commitment. So professional commitment is required. We have to be committed to the professional responsibilities that helps for success. Beauty of collaboration. See, as we discussed that together we can do much, together we can achieve, together we can stand, together we can be successful. So beauty of collaboration, to work together. See, in the old, I mean, in ancient Indian culture tradition, we have working together. See, I mean, it is a beauty when we are working together with the people. It seems to be very beautiful. It is very encouraging. So we are not supposed to hesitate. We are not supposed to reluctant to work in a group as a collaborative work. We have to enjoy the collaboration, to work together, and effective communication. This is what actually effective communication is a fuel that helps to reach the highest, what is called goals, highest pinnacles. Effective communication. When you are able to communicate in a nice manner, you can create a congenial atmosphere that encourages, motivates the people working in the team. I think some of the resource persons might have discussed about effective communication, how it helps for harmonious relation. See, that is what. See, there is a wonderful saying in Telugu, Noru manchidaithe ఊరు మంచిదవుతుంది, like that. If you speak good, ultimately every place will be a good place. Effective communication. If you are a good communicator, you will be successful anywhere, everywhere. Selfless coordination. So without any expectation, we have to coordinate with each other. We have to cooperate with each other in a team without any selfish motives, keeping in mind a common goal, isn't it? See, for example, while we are talking about team building, we must have a goal, we must have collaboration, we must have support from each other, we must have motivation, we must have solution for the issues, we must be skillful, we must have certain training to work in that particular team, and see, like this. All these things are essential. And some of the laws in brief for team building and teamwork for success. The first law, law of significance. So the importance, law of importance. One is too small a number to achieve greatness. So being alone, being one, it is a too small number to achieve greatness. So being one, a single person, an individual is a smaller number to achieve greater things. If you want to achieve greater things, you have to follow the law of significance. That is what greater number helps for achieving greater things. So, law for team building and teamwork for success. And the second one is that law of the big picture. Law of the big picture is talking about The goal is more important than the role. You don't bother about the role you are going to play in the team, but you have to think about the goal of the team. When the team achieved a certain goal, it is not just because of one leader or one individual, each and everyone's contribution. It is not the role which you played, it is about the goal which you, what is called, aimed. That is what. It is not the role, but the contribution that decides the result. It is not the role, who is the leader, who is a member, who is this and that. It is not just the role, but the contribution that decides the result. Contribution of each and every individual in a team, that can decide the result. It is not the just role, who is in, the principal, HOD, or this one, that, like that. Either leader or something member, something like that. But the goal, common goal, when we are looking at the goal instead of the role, then that gives success. And the next law is that law of the position. A sign of a great team leader is the proper placement of people. I have been talking about throughout the presentation that putting a right person at a right place in the right time. That is what law of position. So the leader must know where a particular person should be utilized. All the people, see, for example, I have come a bitter experience that when I was working with some university, where they were using the faculty members as disciplinary committee members. They may put them at different places in a campus to make sure discipline, to check with the students what they are doing, what they are talking, how this and that. I was surprised to see that when you are appointing a professor with a PhD, 20 years of experience for maintaining discipline around the campus, it is meaningless. To ensure the discipline around the campus, there are security personnel with little education, with that sort of skills. They are enough for that. And you are paying, what is called 60,000, 1 lakh, 90,000, something like that for a professor. You have to utilize the skills and the research skills or teaching skills of that particular person for that purpose. Instead of that, putting them at the gate and checking the ID card. See, a person to stand somewhere in the campus or at the gate and check the ID card and dress code all, is it a professor required? See, a security personnel may be paid 20,000 or 40,000, 15,000, something like that. That person can do that. He has just a matriculation or a graduation, something like that. He can do that. Instead of he or she, if you appoint a PhD, doctorate, or a highly experienced personality there, it is just that is what law of position. You don't know, being a leader, where a particular person has to be positioned. Someone is good at what is called organizing the events. You have to use that person for that purpose. Someone is good at teaching. You can use that purpose. Someone is doing something like that. So you have to identify, being the leader, who is good at doing what. You have to put right person at the right place at right time. Then only it will be successful. It is not just because you are the boss, you can do whatever it is. If you don't like a certain person, you're just putting them somewhere else where it is not important. Not like that. An administrator, a significant or important or skillful team leader can know how to utilize the skills of a particular individual, where they have to be used, how they have to be used. See, there is a saying that what is called, dog has to do its own job, donkey has to do its own job. It is not vice versa. They are designed to work in a separate, what is called, environment. So it is the responsibility of the team leader to position each and every person at right. That is what, right person at right place, right time, for right purpose. That can be successful. Otherwise, it is just or what is called, not able to use appropriately. Next law is that law of the bad opposite. Rotten attitudes ruin a team. See, for example, apple is good, the total apple is good, but somewhere it has got rotten. That's enough to spoil the total fruit. The same law can be applied in an organization. In a team of 30 teachers in a department, if there is a bad cultured, bad attitude professional, that one is enough to spoil the total department. 29 teachers in the department are committed, professional, everything is good. But one guy is there who is not professional, not ethical, not anything. That guy is enough to spoil the total department. That is what law of the bad happens. Rotten attitudes ruin the team. So that is why recruiters have to be very careful. And when you identify, being the leader, when you identify a person with what is called with something bad attitude, you have to put a check to that. Accordingly, you have to take a decision to avoid that person so that you can protect the total department. Otherwise, the total department gets it ruins the total working environment. Defective attitudes spoil the team's spirit. When in a team of 30, one what is called spoil sport is there, ultimately he can spoil all the people in the team. The total team will be a failure. Just because a small portion of the rotten part of an apple, it spoils the total apple within short time. So it is the responsibility of the team leader to identify the people with bad attitude in an organization, in a team, accordingly have to take decision and avoid that happen. And next, law of communication, that is interaction fuels the action. Already I told it, effective communication is the fuel to reach greater heights. When you are able to communicate, when you are able to interact in an effective manner, in an impressive manner, in a motivating manner, in an inspiring manner, that can, what is called help, that can fuel the members in the team to reach the greater heights. And so to sum up, I would like to mention a few things that we are supposed to keep in mind to make building team building and team work for successful with harmonious relationships at work. See, everyone has a bad day. Sometimes when we have some bad time, we think that I have a bad day today. It is not really the case. Each and everyone has a bad day. So you are not the only person facing with a bad situation. Everyone has a great day. Just like as everyone has a bad day, everyone has a great day, successful day. And everyone has happiness. And everyone has problems. When we have certain problem or issue, we think that I am the only person facing lots of problems. Everyone is thinking, no, not like that. From what is called distant place, the mountain seems to be very what is called nice. When you go to near to it, then only you can identify how many valleys, how many hills, how many stones, how many trees, how many things are there. Like that, everyone has problems. So these are all common. Of course, while we are working in teams, we have so many issues. It is not that much easy as we are discussing to manage those things in a real picture. But in spite of that, we have to strive our level best to manage them. So we have bad days, we have great days, we have happiness, we have problems. Everyone has that. But ultimately, you are responsible to take good care of yourself. If you want to do anything at all, being a team member, team leader, this and that, first you have to be good. Physically, psychologically, you are supposed to be good. Then only you can do anything. So that is why you are responsible to take good care of yourself. You have to take care of yourself, no one else. You have to take care of your physical health. You are supposed to take care of your psychological health. When you are physically, psychologically fit, then you are able to contribute something. then you are able to do something constructive. If you are not either physically or psychologically fit, healthy, then you can't do anything. All these things, whatever I have been discussing, everything will be after this only. When you are physically fit, when you are soundful, then only. So remember, you are unique. You can make a difference. There is no comparison. Each and every individual is a unique creature created by the God Almighty. You have your own skill. You have your own potential. You have your own power. You have your own strength. So you can make difference in each and every phase of your life. That is what we have to believe. You are unique. You have been created by the God for a particular purpose that can be done by you only. So you have to take care of yourself. You have to remember that you are unique. You are the unique creature by the God, and you can make difference in the team. You can do your best so that you can show the difference in that particular team, right? So this is what all about what I wanted to share with you regarding this. So this is what is called a flawless smile, a flawless attitude. See, it is an innocent smile. That is what you have to forget everything. You have to concentrate on your own responsibility. You have to remember that you are the unique creature. You can make difference in your own way. You are the person taking have to take responsibility of your health. So then everything can be done by you. Thank you one and all. Thank you so much. I think we have few minutes of time. If you have any questions or anything, you can. I think we
Sir?
have a short video. Yes,
Yeah,
yes.
yeah, that's what, sir. A short video.
Yeah. Can you play that
Yeah,
if
yes,
it's
sir.
possible?
If you stop, then I'll go with this, sir, with my presentation. I'll present.
Yeah, I stopped my presentation.
Sir, is it audible?
Oh, yes, yes. Okay, thank you, Dr. Vanushi. That is a very short video, but it is very significant. It is very meaningful that when the refill or the front cap, back cap, and the middle one, everything is it together, we can make use of it an effective tool to write as a pen. But when they get separated, so ultimately just throw them into the dustbin. The same thing related to the team. When we are together, either it is a leader or a servant or someone else, all together it can be useful. When we get separated, even though refills, that is the main important thing that can write. But when it is not associated with the caps and the structure of a pen, it may not be useful. It is just simply thrown into the dustbin. Like that, if we are in a right place, doing the right job, then only we can have the value in a team. Otherwise, that is what it is. Just for example, example to that, united we stand, divided we fall. For that, it is a very short video. Thank you. Now it is open. If you have any questions, Dr.
Yeah.
Vanishri.
Yeah. First of all, I would like to thank you, sir. It's a lively, zestful, and prismatic session. I would like to say something, sir. Like you have represent two statements. One is of Helen Keller, and another one is a Henry Ford. So I think it is related to this STTP. That is, alone we can do so little, together we can do so much. A statement by Helen Keller. And coming together is a beginning, staying together is progress, and working together is success. So such a beautiful statements which matches all of us here, especially to this STTP, because we have successfully conducted phase one and now phase two with a good team of my entire college, resource persons, and all the participants. So I thank to all the participants who are with us, start from the beginning. They came together and staying together with us for the progress of this STTP and are working together with us for the success of this STTP. Thank you to all the participants. So let me go with the query session. Participants, you can ask questions with the resource person.
Sir, how to deal with the difficult persons, difficult employee?
Difficult in the sense attitude or
Maybe
how can it be
cunning or
understood?
attitude or cunning like that.
Yes, right. So yes, we have in a pragmatic picture, we do have such kind of people coming across in our professions. Of course, we can't straight away change their attitude. When someone is cunning, that is their attitude. So we have to be, I mean, we have to be genuine. We have to be honest, and that can be one way. And if there are any institutional measures to put some check to that, that can be thing. And only what I can suggest personally is that when someone is cunning, someone is difficult, someone is tough, just uh, better to avoid, better to be away. And when we are in a team, how far it is required, that much we have to interact with them professionally, and remaining that we have to be what is called a bit away from such kind of bad attitude persons. That is what I can say. I think there are people like that. However, we have to manage with them, so we have to deal. That is what. See, sometimes what I personally used to do is that if I don't like a person, I uh, just forget about that person, least bother about that person. So we have to concentrate on our own work. Of course, while we are doing our own work sincerely, they may try to do something this and that to trouble us like that. Let them do. If we are doing our responsibility sincerely, someday, somehow, everybody knows who is good, who is bad, who is honest, who is dishonest, something like that. We need not to bother about them. See, when we are keeping about their attitude in our own mind, it spoils our own mind, disturbs our own tranquility. So better to avoid the thoughts of such kind of people in our mind. there is a question, a person having high level of confidence and job competence is never willing to work. How to handle such a person? Uh, of course, high level of confidence and job competence. See, actually, that is what attitude. See, the person with right potential, right some knowledge, set of knowledge, if he is not ready to work, ready to willing to work, that is definitely it has to be addressed, and they have to be counseled properly. And that is the only way I think how to handle such a kind of person. See, because definitely a person who is interested in some sort of area or somewhere else, if we put them there and try how it works. For example, I am interested in managing the things, organizing the events like that. If I am given that responsibility, definitely I can do my level best. Like that, that person is also maybe good at doing certain things. So identify, that is what putting a right person at a right place at the right time, that will be a solution for that, right?
Hello.
Mm,
How
yes,
do
yes,
we, one question is from Dr. Tanish. How do we handle senior junior conflicts in the proper functioning of a team?
right. That is also another. It is what I discussed is problem associated with ego. So actually, when we are working in a team, there is no question of seniority or that is a junior, senior, something like that. What I believe, when we are working for a common goal, we have to put aside all these seniority, junior, and all these things. We have to see, we have to concentrate on the goal, but not on the role or designation, right? So those who are what is called concentrating on the senior, junior, such kind of a thing, that is what lack of professionalism. If we are professionally good, we never bother about such kind of thing. You, for example, if someone treated you as a junior or something like that, you just forget about that. You just do your duty. Ultimately it will be recognized, if not your immediate superior, but somewhere someone can definitely identify. If not these human beings, God Almighty definitely identifies your sincere service and appreciates and awards the things what you deserved at the right point of time. That is what I believe, right?
Yeah, I
How to
think,
deal the pessimistic attitude persons at a workplace? Yes, there are pessimistic people. So that is what they're working. Maybe the environment where they grew up, or the people with whom they have associated, that might have created them like that, a pessimistic approach. Only thing is, so as far as we are able to inculcate what is called a positive attitude with them, that is what we can do. Otherwise, my sincere suggestion is that when there are pessimistic people, try to be away from them. That is the best possible thing which we can do from our end. For example, if you are always associating with the pessimistic people, you are also becoming pessimistic. And sometimes, yes, as I mentioned earlier, when I was working with somewhere in some institution, there were some people for each and everything. Oh, so something like that. For simple things, they may give a lot of expression and stress, this and that. When we listen to that, ultimately we feel that a lot of stress. So it is better to avoid the company of these pessimistic people. That is the only thing that what I can suggest, right?
yeah,
Mm,
right. So,
there is another question by Firoz Begum. In workplace, if the HOD plays game with the faculty to make his or her own good, is it good to continue there? See, madam, I think it is the 90% of the faculty members, we, the faculty members, have been facing this issue. That is what, just because of in the boss position, they may, that is what, they may play games, they may try to try politics, they may do this and that. All those things are there. If you have a better option, better to quit that. There is no need to continue there. But sometimes if you don't have a better option, because we are striving to survive, right? So sometimes if you don't have a better option, so definitely we are supposed to bear with them, manage with them, and we have to face and we have to deal in such a manner. But whenever you have a better option, better simply you just quit. But remember, anywhere you go, there are people that sort of attitude. Either it is HOD or a dean or a principal, sometimes the colleagues also. They may play the tricks, they may play the games, they may play politics. These are everywhere they are there. Don't believe that it is there here in this institution like that. In every institution, I'm very sorry to say one statement that particularly the people of English teaching fraternity, we have a lot of such kind of troublesome guys. They play games for their selfish ends, for their success, for their, see, just they want to show that they are doing something, they are great, they are good, they're something like that. They may create issues and problems and all these things to others. That is very bad attitude. But however, we cannot change the characters of those people. Only thing is we have to manage with them. Everyone, 100%, I hope that all these people who are present here are facing such kind of an issue. Even the HOD that who played with you or games or something like that, he or she might have faced such kind of an issue when she or he was a faculty member. But what I could not understand is that while we faced all these things, why these people, after becoming as a leader, why don't they remember all those things what had happened, and why can't they try to be as good as possible? That is the big question. That is what lack of professionalism. If it is the person with the professionalism, it may not happen. But it is there. I accept that. I too personally experience such kind of situations most of the times. But it is there with us. If it is not required to face such kind of an issue, you have a better option, better to quit. Otherwise, if it is required, we have to bear with that. Okay, right.
Right,
Anything
sir.
else?
Uh, okay, sir. Shall we end the session?
Okay.
Right.
Yes, yes. Already it is
Yeah, it's
12
just
past 10. I think it is. Right.
so. Thank you so
And
much.
yeah, one word.
Yeah.
Thank you for the opportunity, Dr. Vanishri and the team, SV Colleges Tirupati, for giving me this wonderful opportunity. And I really appreciate for a wonderful STTP that was meticulously planned with wonderful titles and a galaxy of resource persons all over the globe. I wondered to see such kind of resource persons from different countries, different continents, and on variety of themes and topics. And I think it is going on well. And the people who are attending the STTP can be benefited to learn many things out of this. And I appreciate for the initiative, and I thank for the opportunity. Thank you. Yes, someone is talking. Ramesh.
Yes, sir. It is very useful, sir. Generally, we have attended the programs like this under the topic of communication skills, soft skills. But
Okay.
many of the lectures we have had the theories, the resource persons, the speakers focused on theories, and they explain, they give illustrations to the theories alone.
Okay.
But there are information we have received from you about the problems in practical situations. For example, you
Yes.
have taken the example of a college. What are the types of colleges in a particular places? And there are some better colleges. There are some are somewhat low-graded colleges where the staff are treated. Because even in the states like Bangalore, also we can see many private institutions who give low salary for the people, especially the teaching staff members, and giving more all sorts of works to them, and that will make the teachers to prevent from teaching. That is a great drawback we can have. We can have. This is happening in many of the states in India, and the education does not realize. The education department does not realize the education should be given in such a manner that it should be perfectly reached to the students, because the students should be get all sorts of benefits, primarily the placements and other lifestyle instructions like leadership instructions from the teachers. While the teachers are involved in these secondary and tertiary works, how can they do their productions towards the students? This is a major crisis we see throughout the states in India. But in developed countries, we cannot have this type of attitude, approach towards the teachers. That is fine.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Actually,
This aspect you have discussed. This aspect, sir, you have
yes,
discussed, and and I have an idea about this issue. And your discussion
yes,
is supported my view also. Thank you.
yes. Thank you. Actually, my talks and presentations most of the time in a pragmatic manner. I don't want to talk about lots of theories. The theories, everyone can read, might have read and read and do that. But if we are going pragmatic with the situations around us, what we have been facing and how to deal with them, that would be a little bit helpful. My talks are always a little bit pragmatic. And as you said that education, it is very sorry to say that in India it has become completely a commercialized enterprise. When there is commercial attitude in the education, we can't find such kind of qualities. And more probably, importantly, that in the private education system, as you are mentioning, we have very pathetic conditions under which a lot of teachers are working. I know most of the things I too experienced and I too coming across very pathetic, very miserable conditions under which many teachers are working with low pay, lots of works, lots of humiliation, this and that. In spite of that, I salute those who are working, who are striving for the betterment of the students. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
So, thank you so much, sir. Your session is full of passion and priceless knowledge. Teamwork makes the dream work, and it begins by building trust. Definitely, the accuracy given by you, like how we can improve our teamwork in the workplace, leading and making our team effective with good collaboration, and how to overcome difficulties of team dynamics. It's definitely used to us, sir. Thank you, and thanks a lot. I extend my sincere thanks to Professor Sai Chandu sir, author and speaker, President of IAC Andhra Pradesh, Dr. U. Tanay Professor of English, RKM Vivekananda College, Chennai, Dr. K. Sunita Reddy, Professor of Percentage Department, SVEC Tirupati, Dr. Sidaling from Karnataka, and Dr. Devrajul Reddy sir, and to all the participants. Ladies and gentlemen, feedback is posted in the chat box in YouTube and as well as Google Meet. Please fill that one. And after this, let us have a lunch break for lunch. Then after lunch, we are going to have a session on the topic Art of Articulation, that is Speaking Skills for Workplace Success by Dr. P. Suresh, Associate Professor from Wales Institute of Science and Technology and Advanced Studies, Chennai. So let us meet in the afternoon at 2 p.m. with regenerated energy. And thank you, sir. Thanks a lot. Dr. Reddy, sir,
All the
thank
best.
you. Thanks a lot, sir, for
Yes,
being
all the
with us.
best to the team. All the best for the rest of the days. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Hello. Sir, madam already 110